Okay, God. So, I got a question for you. In fact, I got a few questions for you. If you're all powerful and all knowing and you got everything figured out and you know how everything's going to go, tell me, why do I have to deal with so much pain and heartache? And we have to go through so much. Why do we have to deal with the loss of people that we love? And why is it seems like everybody is dying from cancer and we have to deal with death? Why is it that I feel so alone all the time? And what about my finances? If you got the power to change everything and do everything and you love us so much, then why am I always broke? Why does it feel like I'm never satisfied? And why do I feel so empty inside? It just seems like no matter what I do, it's never enough. Why, God? Why? My son, first of all, I want to say thank you for asking. There's nothing wrong with having questions. But in the same breath, I hope you're ready for the answer. And when you get the answer, I hope you respond. So, let's double back a bit. You said, why do you have to deal with pain and heartache? You deal with what I allow you to deal with in regards to pain and heartache. But there's so many more people that deal with far more pain and heartache than you do. Everyone has their own journey. And in your journey, there's certain things that you deal with, and there's other amounts of pain and heartache that other people deal with. Yes, you do deal with death and loss and even cancer. But there's so many other people that deal with far more than that. And I do understand that you might feel alone, and I'm sorry you feel that way. But there's a lot more to life that goes along with the various things you deal with in regards to why you feel alone. And I can't wait to answer those for you. You deal with financial situations and strain, and you never feel satisfied. I have more questions that address that to you as well. And I do understand that you feel empty inside. And I know what you're going through. But here's a question I have for you. When you feel pain and you feel heartache, why do you think that is? When you have to deal with death and loss, and people battle things like cancer and sickness and have accidents, why do you think that I allow those people to go through things like that? You think that you feel alone? I'm always here with you. Always here with you. But it's not just me. There are several other people that also feel like you. But my question to you is, you say you feel alone. How many times are you looking for help? There's several other people. They say they feel just as alone, if not more alone than you. But how often is it that your very neighbors you don't know? The very people that you're around daily, you never think to see who they are and ask them questions in regards to things that they're going through. Have you ever thought that maybe some of the things you're going through, other people are going through also? And maybe the things that I've allowed you to go through in your past has taught you to be able to deal with situations that might be coming in the future. Maybe some of the things that you struggled with can actually help someone else out. And you say that you have financial strain. Well, let me ask you this. Have I never provided for you when you thought that you didn't have anything? Those times where you might have found money accidentally. Do you think that those were times where I left you alone and I left you hanging? Or were those times where I knew that you would forget? So, because I know your history and the fact that you do not prepare for the future, that although you thought you forgot, It was me that was actually in control of everything in the first place. And I allowed you to put some away, although you didn't think you were putting it away. And when you really needed it, you found it. Or I allowed that person that did prepare to be able to gift something to you when you thought that there was no way you were going to be able to pay your bills or get the things that you needed for your children. I was there for you. You say you never feel satisfied. I ask you, is that your fault or is that my fault? I give you the things that you say would make you happy, but then when you get them, you still feel empty. So if you were to eat your favorite meal every day, because I allowed you to eat your meal every day, would you then get bored of the meal that you said was your favorite? You say you never feel satisfied. I know the reason why you never feel satisfied is because you have no foundation. The things that you think satisfy you are fleeting. You say you feel alone, and you feel like the relationships that you have never really satisfy you. Well, let me ask you, if you think that there's no difference between having a relationship and being married, well then why did you act like you were married when you first started the relationship? I set clear instructions on what should happen when you do get married. Yet instead of abiding by the things I've told you to do, you want to be your own God. And you want to set your own rules. And then you wonder why things don't work out whenever you don't follow the rules that I set for you. You want to know why you feel empty inside? It's because you have no foundation at all. Everything that you think you're doing to be able to bring yourself up to another level is the exact same thing that brings you closer to me whenever it falls or disappears. If you put your job above me and something happens to your job, you feel alone. If you put your car above me and I take your car away, you feel alone. But you have to remember that none of those things are done because I don't love you. And it's not too late. You blamed me for so many things that go wrong, not only in your own life, but even in other people's lives. But let me ask you, is it I that kill your brothers and sisters? Is it I that cause you heartache and pain whenever you're dealing with a situation, whether it be at your work or whether it be in relationships? It's not me. I give you free will, and what do you do with it? You kill each other. You kill your own children. You steal from each other. You lie to each other. You treat gossip as entertainment, and you pay for it. But yet it's my fault. I ask you, through all the painful lessons that you've dealt with in your life, how many times have you used what you've learned to bring other people closer to me? Or have you done that at all? Again, I ask, how do you respond when I tell you what to do and you don't do it and you learn the lesson the hard way? I love you, and I hope that you take these messages to heart. But going forward, think about the things that you can do to not only improve your life, but the lives of others around you. I love you. Don't forget it.